Now, dozens of Wrenshall residents gathered at the school today to hear from district leaders as the vote on that merger with Carleton looms. Northern News Now's Ella Schoberl sat in on that meeting and learned more about the consolidation from district leaders. Ella, it sounds like only Wrenshall residents will actually be voting on this and not Carleton.
Yeah, Laura, that's because Wrenshall residents petitioned for a public vote to decide on that consolidation. With that vote coming up on May 12th, Wrenshall and Carleton superintendents are hosting multiple town hall meetings, saying that they want residents to be able to make an informed decision.
It seems like Carleton made a lot of cuts. Wrenshall hasn't had to do that.
And where are we going to get this new revenue from to make this district work?
Wrenshall residents sharing their concerns about the district's consolidation with Carleton School District at a town hall meeting Tuesday night.
I feel like so many people that I know have made up their minds.
Carleton and Wrenshall superintendents hosted the meeting, hoping to answer questions and showcase what they say are benefits to the merger.
In my mind, if you want to hold on to that small town feel, it makes sense to consolidate.
District leaders saying another benefit would be to residents' pocketbooks.
The consolidation will actually lower the Wrenshall residents' school portion of their annual taxes.
Wrenshall superintendent says the decision is also necessary, saying that if they don't consolidate, Wrenshall will have to make $500,000 in cuts and find revenue sources just to operate.
That's reality if you stand alone. That's not me trying to be negative. That's just the reality of the financial situation.
Superintendent Schill says that even if they do consolidate, there may be a building referendum on the ballot in the future. There will be 3 more town halls before that public vote on May 12th, and we'll have information about those meetings on our website. Live in studio, Ella Schoberl, Northern News Now.